Hey, welcome back to this mini lecture on critical consciousness and introductory psychology. Part 1, the case for critical consciousness. Bell Hooks wrote the iconic book Teaching to Transgress. Here, Hooks expresses that educators should directly and consistently educate students to critically discuss sexism, homophobia, racism, classism, and cultural respect. The theme of her text is applicable to any academic discipline. If you believe in the idea of critical consciousness, should we discuss these issues? And should they be discussed in all disciplines? Like, obviously in the humanities and social sciences, talking about things like sexism, homophobia, racism, classism, and cultural respect make a lot of sense. But I wonder if in the hard sciences, some people may push back. How do we persuade them if we think that they should? Critical consciousness involves action and reflection. The action component of critical consciousness involves the degree to which persons move from being objects of oppression to being subjects that act upon their social political environment. The reflection component measures thoughts during the process of developing critical consciousness. Do we, or should we, act and reflect in K to 20 classrooms? I would say that varies from teacher to teacher. We probably do not act and reflect as much as we should, and obviously in this busy daily life where we have hard curriculum to teach, the action part I find is often missed out. We are more into reflecting these days, but the actual action component is, actually having it happen is a bit more complicated and time consuming. The APA did a report about these issues, and in the report it said that introductory psychology textbooks should be infused with diversity throughout, suggesting that introduction psychology texts should incorporate substantive material on aging, disability, culture, race, ethnicity, gender, and sexual orientation in each chapter. Do you think we should infuse diversity across subjects similar to the APA? Again, maybe this depends on whether you're in the humanities and social sciences versus in the hard sciences and mathematics. I think this is something that is negotiated from person to person. Some are very much into this type of critical consciousness. Some of us aren't. How do we get those who aren't to join us? Context is important. In order to answer the question, what does it mean to teach and learn psychology, it's imperative that educators acknowledge 1, the significance of teaching critical consciousness, 2, the cultural context in which the learning takes place, and 3, the varieties of types of learners. This is especially important in the ever-increasing world of globalization and its social challenges. How do we operationalize critical consciousness? So say if you think it's significant, how do we ensure that the cultural context within which it would happen, it welcomes it, and how do we address a diverse set of learners these days? This is about incorporating critical consciousness in classrooms. In some courses it is easier than others, however it can be less taxing if the focus moves beyond merely focusing on ethnicity and race, but also incorporates other important variables mentioned in the APA report, such as aging, disability, gender, and sexual orientation. Why would you explore these things like aging, disability, gender, and sexual orientation issues? I think the more broadly diversified, it can hit more indicators that people are interested in. Ethnicity and race are certainly important, but people may be interested in things like aging, disability, gender, and sexual orientation. That was Critical Consciousness and Introductory Psychology, Part 1, the case for critical consciousness. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Take care.